In what way does your media product use, develop or challenge forms and conventions of real media products? Well, our product was the art video we're going to talk about now is we chose the song Robin Gray These Days, which follows a folk genre. We basically wanted to do the folk genre because of its basically kind of lack of conventions, so to speak. Like, it does have a few guidelines, like obviously it's like very kind of traditional kind of style of music.
Yeah.
Usually acoustic guitars and
rural areas.
Yeah, it features a lot of nature, and I think
no, it's very
I think that all of us
direct to nature.
We quite like photography and things like that, so we enjoyed like going to the woods and taking pictures of various different
and also
sunshots and stuff.
And also because there is very few conventions, it means there's very few of them to break as well. So you're very open guidelines.
Yeah, allowed us to be more creative.
Yeah, so. definitely.
So I think we try to challenge them with POV shots because you don't really see any POV shots in folk videos. However, we found that didn't work for us.
Too difficult.
So we just that's the normal conventions really.
And we also find most folk videos are either performance based or based upon the lyrics related to the narrative. Like there's very much visuals related to the lyrics. I mean, if you look at songs like Ben Howard, it's kind of like it's very metaphorical, and the videos tend to reflect that.
I think it's like Mumford and Sons as well. They a lot of their videos sort of they're really clever in the way they link to the lyrics.
Yeah, and also for our video idea, we studied the lyrics of the song we're doing, and we basically found out it's about heartbreak. So we kind of had the idea of a guy kind of getting like the concept was him kind of getting dressed in a suit with performance aspects, like the suit kind of represents him picking himself up from after
him getting over his girlfriend.
Yeah,
like having a fresh start.
And the climax of the video at the end would be him throwing the picture of his girlfriend into a river and watching it fly away. Like,
and that shows that she sort of like left his mind, and he's moved on and like
yeah. So we also wanted a kind of rural backdrop to it, so have lots of we wanted to be like a visually pleasing video with lots of like shots of nature within woods and it kind of
sunny, bright,
and also gives off the effect that he's kind of alienated as well.
Yeah. I think that was quite hard. I think we had the issue of the fact that you see in most folk videos that it's quite sunny, like in Ben Howard videos or Mumford and Sons, and I think unless their purpose is the fact that folk video is quite dark, is set up set usually in a sunny.
We did find the weather to be a main issue when filming
this. Yeah, it was really hard to film.
But yeah, we overcame it, and all of our shots were filmed in the sun, and we managed to get most of the shots we actually wanted. Even a couple more that we didn't think we would get. So I think we're happy with that.
It's kind of difficult to get the brightness always kind of the same.
Yeah.
And I think as conventions go, like breaking them wise, we didn't really challenge any particularly, because the only thing minorly we challenged was the fact he was wearing a suit, which kind of, because folks videos tend to be quite informal, the artist tends to be very modestly dressed, and the fact he was wearing a suit kind of, not really particularly though, broke that convention. But other than that, no, we kind of mainly stuck to the very little guidelines that were on offer.
Yeah.
We hope our main product came out with a visually pleasing and good video, to be honest.
Ancillary text.
How effective is the combination of your main product and ancillary texts?
Right, okay. Yeah.
Well, basically, ancillary text mean album cover, digipack, supplementary material, and also the magazine advert. So, when we compare it to our real media product, stuff we included the same was basically we use the same actor. Because
we wanted to relate it to our video as much as we could.
Yeah.
So we shot all the pictures in the same sort of location.
And also because it's like a singer-songwriter style of folk, we kind of iconographied the is that a word iconography? I'll go with it.
It's a new word.
Yeah. Anyway, we wanted him to be the main focus, as he was the main focus in our video for the advert. So basically, we had him kind of holding a guitar. It's very much. We did a lot of it based around the guitar, to be honest, our video. Because it was very much like the creator.
Yeah, we wanted iconic shots.
Our unsigned artist already has like a couple of albums out, so we sort of looked at what he had done with those and thought we'd want to do something more sort of towards.
It was mainly just the artist and his guitar, just in the shot. Not much else going on.
I think we quite like the idea of like him with his guitar, but we also quite like the fact that he could be in the woods or in the field, but something that would really relate to our music video more than
also, basically that's the idea of using the same locations as well. So like the locations we use on the album cover and the digipack would easily relate to the video, so people can spot the similarities between them, and it looked effective as well, we think. And also the way we edited the pictures as well, we made it look more colourful, we made it look more vibrant. We made it look more vibrant as well as making it look more kind of dark and mysterious in some areas, so to speak.
I think we did this like we all tried to work to our strengths in the video for making process as well as supplementary material.
For the ancillary text and stuff, we didn't really know how to sort of structure the text and stuff, right?
No.
So we didn't know we tried to put all the ratings on like one side, and it wasn't completely balanced.
I think most of our sort of photography, I think, say from Jai, because of his sort of art background and stuff. Like, so do you want to talk about like editing photos and stuff?
Yeah, how we edited it.
Pretty basic, really. I just played around with the levels of the brightness and contrast, mucked around with some of the colour variations. When I made up some mock-up designs, I mucked around with sepia,
black and white, enhanced saturation, stuff like that.
I think
saturation HUE.
I mean, I remember us two. We looked at various things that we could do, and I think we looked at black and white and maybe just having everything black and white with just his guitar coloured or just him coloured. But then we sort of there was one picture where we literally just tried to play about with everything, made it quite dark. And it looked like artistic. I think it just reminded me of sort of like an Alice in Wonderland sort of mysterious weird thing. And then we didn't think it was that good at first, but then
you just wanted to be sort of creative.
Exactly, and then just like the more we sort of looked into it, I think it was like one of our best pictures.
And also the type of font we used as well looks very it's very like handwritten style of font we use, kind of get across that kind of rustic, kind of handmade kind of feel, which folk kind of entitles.
More personal.
Yeah, definitely.
I think also choosing sort of what to put on the magazine advert in terms of like sort of companies and what you're sort of allowed to put on there, because I know our artist is linked to
Modify the
Van, which is his record label. So we didn't know where to put that on there, or sort of like the HMV and
his own logo.
Spotify, his own logo. So it's sort of a toss up between what we can put on being creative ourselves and what we've already got. We can put on.
I think we went for down the road of doing it ourselves, because I think because it's kind of like taking his work really. If we're just using his work, we don't want to do that. We wanted to do it our own way.
Yeah. Well, we had to be careful with all the other images we included on there, because we didn't want it to sort of take up too much space.
Yeah, we wanted to keep the advert very minimalistic, as in the main focus would be him facing away with the guitar on his back. We wanted that to be very focused, and we didn't really want a lot of like reviews and like little pictures kind of ruining that simplicity of the picture.
I mean, for the first couple that me and Jai did, I remember that it was sort of a bit too much going on, and we just sort of had to select what to take out, and it was
sort of branches and shit, too many lines.
It was too many sort of branches and things. So when we sort of did the text, it all just sort of blended in.
We really wanted the artist to stand out. And just
so I mean, after Jai edited, it was
But overall, though, I do think that our connection with the video and the ancillary text is very effective as a way we kind of kept the similarities between them both, and to kind of create a kind of almost like one, so to speak, kind of.
They just all work. I think it's just sort of
they work in a combination.
Yeah, they work
well together. Yeah.
Same artist, same location, same kind of colour scheme.
Yeah, they sort of complement each other.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they work as sort of one product.
So that's basically what I was trying to.
Yeah.
So I think it's very effective and it's good. Yeah.
With our audience feedback, we used a variety of methods. We used like YouTube, Facebook, and like a group showing.
With the Facebook one, I uploaded the video onto as a status on Facebook, and I asked for my friends to comment their feedback and what they thought of it. And it was mostly, for the whole, it was mainly positive feedback. We got a lot of them saying they really enjoyed it. They thought that it worked really well with the song.
It was.
I think.
It was more important for us to focus on our negative feedback though, because that is exactly what we can sort of improve from.
Because I think the positive feedback, I think that
we could sort of see our strengths,
it's
but it was harder to see our weaknesses because we were like working on it and everything.
Because we thought we got it pretty much top notch when we saw it. The only real negative feedback we got is that kind of like people found it a bit slow and a bit tedious.
Yeah, the
boring,
pace of the video was very sort of difficult to get right.
Other than that, I think that worked with the folk style though. I just think it's different people's taste.
Yeah, I think it's because of the sort of teenage culture nowadays in sort of dubstep music and rap and hip hop and stuff. It's sort of less sort of the target audience for folk is less the sort of teenage audience. I mean, until the introduction of like Ben Howard and Mumford and stuff.
And Ed Sheeran as well.
Ed Sheeran, maybe his acoustic stuff wasn't really sort of known. Teenage culture.
One of the sort of big problems that we had was establishing like clear narrative and concepts, like that audience feedback that was sort of clear. It was sort of jumpy sort of thing at points and stuff, so we had to sort of clear that up a bit and sort of just lengthen shots. And
but I think the audience kind of understood the narrative. It was very kind of clear.
It was clear towards the end.
Towards the end, when he threw the picture in the water, that's when it kind of established and people realised that it was coming from Heartbreak. And obviously, if you listen to the lyrics as well, it kind of goes through that throughout the video.
Yeah. I think that's one other thing. Like quite a lot of the shots, we found we thought they were quite good, but then some of them didn't work.
Yeah, we liked the POV shot. Can you talk about that, Joe?
Yeah. We decided we would muck around with POV shots just to see what they look like and everything.
Kind of interesting.
Yeah, it looked very interesting, but when it came to the feedback, the audience didn't really like it.
They had to be established like clear. We sort of had them, but you had to have them sort of.
The shots look. I think they look too handmade.
It had to be more like it established. It showed the character walk into the shot. We didn't quite have that. We just had the POV shot.
The audience preferred more character focus rather than actual like the view from the character himself.
And since most of our video was like shot from like behind him or in front of him, whatever, not really POV, it just sort of seemed in there.
Yeah, no. Another way we got feedback was from YouTube. When we uploaded the video on YouTube, we got about 200 views in about 3 days, I think. And
good.
Which was it was pretty impressive. And we looked at the likes and dislikes bar. We got about I think 15 dislikes and 15 likes and 3 dislikes, which kind of shows. And we didn't get really a lot of comments. I think one of the comments most of the comments were positive throughout the whole. They said they really enjoyed it and it was good, but no, we didn't. I don't think we got any negative comments for the YouTube video, did we?
No. But I think a lot of it. I think one person that commented was from. I think most of the views were from like other schools looking at A2 media things because I remember when we first started looking at concept research and stuff. We definitely looked at other schools' videos of what they were allowed to do and what they sort of did to make their videos better.
It helped like inspire us somewhat in terms of our creativity and stuff. I think the group showing was probably the best sort of because it was instant feedback and it was
people's like first initial reactions rather they didn't get a lot of time to think about what they're going to say. They just said it straight afterwards.
I mean that sort of helped because I think when you're sat in a room with the people and you play it, you can literally edit it there and then to their taste.
And also the group we showed it to were media students as well, so they had a kind of a professional outlook on it and saw they managed to spot out the weak spots which some normal viewer might not have been able to see.
They sort of said like some shots weren't quite clear. Like we had to fiddle with opacity with some shots.
We had to sort of because like for a lot of the shots,
some of it wasn't. It was like kind of quick, but it's like it wasn't quite clear.
I mean, most of the shots we got edited quite quickly, and there's nothing really you could do about it just because of the nature of the shots together. They were quite quick. So we sort of we tended to sort of crossfade and fade one in and out and put them sort of together.
Yeah, so I had to shorten some of the opacity just to sort of make it exactly clear between the two distinct shots.
I remember that our conventions weren't too good with two of the shots that we wanted to put together. It was like him walking through a field wearing no tie, and the next shot he was wearing a tie. So obviously, some people miss it, but people that are actually spotting conventions would know that straight away. So I think we literally just faded that down and just layered it over the top.
We also had to be cautious of like the tie length and stuff, so that it looked all conventional. Makes sense.
But I think the audience were quite good at spotting things like that, and we were able to change them quite quickly. before we managed to hand it in. So
another thing we kind of like the audience took upon was the speed of the editing. Like in some part we had kind of like long shots of him walking, but then we'll have kind of quick shots of like trees and sunlight going through the branches and stuff, which people noticed because a lot of the lighting would change throughout the shots, and we had to kind of work around that and to kind of put shots together with the lighting kind of worked.
We kind of had to sort of make a balance between the lighting and like the pace of the shots. Tried to make sure they weren't too long or too short, but just had to get it just
right. But overall, we thought the audience feedback was very useful, and we took a lot from it through the Facebook, through YouTube, and in particularly the group show. I thought the group show was probably the most useful feedback, as we were there instant through the media students. Rather, YouTube and Facebook took a lot of time. Not everyone saw it, and it was kind of, and not many people got a chance to see it.
Yeah. Do you want to add anything?
Yeah.
No, that's good. Okay.
For our research on the use of technology we used for that, we were browsing online to try and find the kind of style of music we wanted, and we kind of researched folk videos and on YouTube and stuff. We kind of liked the idea of doing a folk song, so we also came across the independent music website Jamendo as well. Through that we found our artist Robin Gray.
Yeah, we wanted to do something different because everyone was doing sort of indie and that sort of stuff.
Right.
I think
alternative.
With the recent
electro.
With the recent introduction of sort of folk music,
contemporary folk,
into sort of teenage culture, sort of like Mumford & Sons and Ben Howard, and maybe like acoustic things, sort of like Ed Sheeran. I think people are sort of accepting that sort of style of music more and have a wider sort of knowledge of music, and I think we wanted to do something like that with the sort of new introduction of it.
Also, it wasn't so strictly sort of conventional. We were more open.
The conventions were very basic.
We could be more creative.
And
let our minds flow.
I think using things like Spotify and iTunes sort of helped as well. Sort of able to sort of listen to the sort of style of song we wanted to do as well. I think our song's quite uplifting, but at the same time it's also quite dark and depressing. So
I think it's like kind of blues. And also with folk, it's kind of got lots of connections with other genres as well. Like you have folk rock, you have folk blues, you have folk. There's lots of things revolve around folk. We kind of went for the kind of traditional kind of contemporary folk, like the modern style, and through that we found it through Jamendo. We downloaded the song and we started listening to it and try and like break down the lyrics, and through the lyrics we came up with a narrative for our video.
I think it was sort of that time as well, that after we listened to it a couple of times with like the help of the internet as well as other people's music knowledge, we found there was an intertextual reference with U2 song. One by U2. Did I disappoint you, leave a bad taste in your mouth? Those sort of lyrics, like a direct link to U2.
Through that we managed to find other connections to other parts of pop culture and so on. When we've used we filmed on the Canon HDD cameras. For our piece, we wanted to use HD cameras to give a more kind of vibrant, more kind of it looks better.
With our style of it's sort of more photography in the sort of the shots of the sun and things like that.
It's like artistic.
Artistic.
With the sort of the other cameras we use, like the flip
HDs. Mini flips or something.
That allowed us to sort of get better sort of shots that we didn't use with the tripod, hand-free sort of shots.
It gave us a lot more to work with.
With when we at the end of the video, like he throws the picture in, we are able to get like that all close up.
I think with the cameras that we had this year, in the advanced year, the HD V cameras, I think it was like a massive step up from what we used last year.
It allows us to do a lot more, like with the whole focus.
Yeah. But then that goes the same for the editing as well, because we used iMovie or iMovie HD last year. Obviously, maybe not with the HD cameras, but it was, and obviously this year's step up was Final Cut, which is sort of industry standard. So I think playing with that a bit more, it allows you to do so much more with it. So I think we had a lot of more crossfades, and we could slow down shots, we could speed them up, and
flip them.
Paste it. Yeah, I mean that really helped, like especially with our lip sync.
There was a lot more sort of specific sort of options we had with the video.
Definitely. And it reflects in our video. I think the use of editing our video was very crucial, and it did come up very effective.
I mean, there was like stuff like marking to the beat and stuff on Final Cut that just helped. So really it was easy, but
I think with the sort of iMovie we had sort of, you could have basic transitions and things, but with Final Cut it included those, but then also in our research through the internet and things, we found that it's not really, they don't really occur in sort of films or even music videos or things like that. Just because they're not needed and they look a bit, cheesy. They look a bit cheesy or doing something like that. So we sort of tried to stick to the main sort of simple cuts as well as some fades and things like that. And I think the use of it, being able to slow down clips really helped in the fact of
we wanted really to sort of blend and just sort of flow.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of our actors singing was a bit too fast, so the fact
we had to
slow down.
Slow down just a tiny bit. There's some shots that weren't that were too long, so we'd speed them up, or some shots that were like way too short, so we'd slow them down.
Obviously not too extremely to the extent that you will notice it. There does look. And also,
it would fit because they were so long.
And also we managed the way the picture flowing across the river, so it kind of merged as one image, and that looked very effective, I found, as well. And also, in terms of planning as well, we did use technology a lot. Like I used Google Earth to try and research our locations.
Also, when we were sort of thinking about doing the ancillary text, like the digipack and stuff, we wanted to sort of really capture the artist and the guitar. And that just.
And also, we used a DSLR camera as well when we took our pictures.
Nikon D3100.
There was some sort of artistic shots.
One very good.
Coming from a photographer, do you want to talk about that sort of photography and stuff?
The specs we used.
I pretty much, when taking the pictures, I played around. When I took the pictures, I played around with the aperture and everything. I mucked around with the macro settings and everything, but when it came to editing the final pictures, I used Photoshop.
It's a standard Adobe Photoshop. You managed to edit like the hue, saturation. And also when doing the magazine advert, managed to embed images in. And
there was like some artistic shots in the video, like where we had the guitar resting against the tree. We kind of sort of thought about doing that.
Because that shot was originally, that was actually a really long shot, and it was quite shaky.
And there was like other videos we researched that had sort of this sort of simple shot, just like a guitar resting against the tree, and we really.
Well, we kind of wanted to go down like a more modern, simplistic kind of way with our.
I mean, you see in like some videos it had, because our video tends to start off like a sort of, it looks like a sort of PowerPoint with all sort of still photos, but then it sort of leads into it, and you can sort of tell the narrative of him waking up, and it's what he's seeing and it's what he's seeing.
Like it's kind of like to establish the location, wasn't it? To kind of like he's very rural, he's very kind of alone. He's like he's kind of he wants to kind of have his own time and his own space with personal.
I think Final Cut really did help a lot with that, because I generally didn't realise that you could sort of take a clip and you, even though you hadn't zoomed in on it, either think you could zoom in on it or you could crop it.
You could crop it.
I mean, like we literally cropped it so you were able to freeze frame it and make stills out of it, which I didn't know you could do, which was generally quite useful.
So many sort of advanced options.
And also, we use a lot of technology in terms of planning as well, because obviously location, trying to use Google Earth to plan areas to locate our filming, and also to get hold of our actor too.
Yeah.
We had to use, because main connection we had with him was with Facebook, and we use Facebook to kind of organise times and.
Yeah.
We also set up a group.
Oh yeah, we set up a group on Facebook too, to kind of keeping track of each other and just kind of keep in touch easily, basically.
But even sort of modern things like simple things like just texting or emailing and things like that, just calling each other. I mean that helped a lot, and I think our choice, as well as using YouTube and stuff, I think our own music tastes as well on sort of our iPods and technology through that has helped as well.
Yeah.
So
just our own kind of personal interests, really.
Yeah.
And I think in planning it's mainly to keep touch was the main objective when in terms of
we really
trying to organise and
really needed to communicate. So it sort of worked well.
And the technologies we used really did help. I mean, we wouldn't be able to do it without it, to be honest.
Yeah.
We're very heavily reliant on it in terms of planning.
Yeah.
And production. We use we upload the video to YouTube, didn't we?
Yep.
You got that uploaded to YouTube, and obviously, we use Facebook in terms of audience feedback as well.
Yeah, I think the when we talk about that we contacted each other, we also because of our artists, the fact he's got a record label. We researched into that and realised that
contact them.
Yeah, we contacted him through email
and his own website as well.
He actually found out that it was under the Creative Commons license, so we could have used it anyway. But I think the contact with him was quite valuable because of the fact that he sort of was quite.
He gave a little personal touch to it. He made it seem like we specifically asked him. I think he's pleased that we did as well.
I think he wants to see after it. Now I've finished it, I think we can send it to him as well. So I think it was just. I think he was quite happy.
I think that was probably one of the best moments of our piece, getting an email back from him, giving confirmation, and he did show a keen interest in what we were doing as well, because he's not a very well known artist. He's got a small record label, but
nice just to sort of see his like own little website, like a little blog. Where
for sort of other groups and other projects that you work on, if you work into a big scale, like last year when we did a sort of make an opening for a film and things, I think if you sort of emailed 20th Century Fox or you email something like that, you're not going to get an email back because they probably won't take you seriously. But then I think, although it was
nice having a personal sort of contact.
Although he was an artist, and he does have a record label. I think the fact that he did manage to take the time and email back, which some of the other groups who did maybe a bit more well known unsigned artists, I think we were quite lucky in the fact that he took the time to email back to us.
It was good. So in conclusion, basically, we found the technologies we use very useful, and we use a variety of technologies where we have to keep contact, research,
we had to rely on it sometimes.
Yeah, we were very heavily reliant on the technology.
But it worked very effective in the end.
Yeah, and it looked effective. I mean, the use of Final Cut obviously played a big part within editing our video and getting it to the final structure. And I think, if we compare Final Cut to iMovie, it was just a more advanced.
iMovie was just so simple and stuff.
There's
so many more options with Final Cut that allowed us to do so much more.
Ball select.